The last 2 years has really flown by, and we are here at the Lunar New Year again. That's really fast. So we're gonna sketch this guy. But before that, since I haven't been sketching for a couple of days and I feel a bit rusty, so I decided to maybe just sketch for warm up, and I had dim sum with a cup of coffee for breakfast. I decided to just doodle that and get my hands warm up and my colors going. So this is my tip for today. Sketching is very much like sports. There's a need for warm up. There's a need to soften the muscles, the limbs, and to prepare for the exercise that you're gonna do. So if you're gonna be running, you need to stretch those legs and even some of the bones and muscles and joints and so on. And before you start, let's say, a Muay Thai session in the gym, there's absolutely a need to warm up and to get the body going before you even dive right in. So I'm gonna sketch the big dude, the god of fortune, but I feel that my muscles are very cramped and it wasn't really warmed up. So there's actually a need to just doodle, play with the water, play with the colors and brush and so on and so forth, and get that going. So that's the tip. Warm up, do a small sketch, do a thumbnail, do some kind of an exercise. If you don't like to do it on your main sketchbook, carry some scrap papers around and just play with it. And once you warm up, the results for your main sketch is always going to be better. So that's the tip that I want to leave with you for this video. I hope you will kind of think about how to change your workflow in order to do better sketches for your main sketch for the day. So that was the warm-up sketch, and now we're gonna go in to sketch the main god of fortune. I have to hold on to the page because a bit of the warm-up sketch wasn't dry, so I have to kind of just hold up the paper. But anyway, the idea here is very simple: confident line, not really realistic line, but flowy, confident line. So I love Sailor for the fact that the ink just gushes out, and I don't really have to struggle so much with trying to get the ink out. In this case, I wasn't going for accuracy. I was gonna play with the size of the statue versus people around the statue, and also a color scheme which is pretty much purple yellow as you can imagine, because it's golden, and I didn't want to mess it up with any other color, but stick to the plan of yellow versus, of course, when you have yellow you need to have the complementary purple, and that's what we're going to do for the background. And as you can see, the background here is not exactly purple, but to make the yellow pop, it's always easier to make it purple to complement the yellow. But I wasn't going to use too much of a single color. I'm going to use a variety of color. Let's start with the purple as well, but before that, let's put in my name. Oops, it's bended, so I decided to fix that name with a bended date as well, and because both are curved, it sort of balances out. So that's another tip for you. Don't fret when you make a mistake. Think about how you could balance out with design elements. In this case, when something is bended, you can contour it. Two wrongs made a right. Not always the case, but in this case it's possible, and that's what I did. So let's go with a purple background. So that's gonna be cobalt blue with a bit of permanent, queen quinacridone rose, that is. And I also dabbed in a little bit of French ultramarine, a bit darker blue, and a bit of permanent alizarin crimson with queen burnt orange thrown in to darken up the background. The idea is to create sort of a lighter statue when I throw in the yellow. So far so good. I'm also thinking, confident stroke of the brush. Confident as in, you know, not tentative. And I was very careful also not to leave too much water in between the pages because it could seep through and then, you know, damage some other page. I throw in more darker color towards the horizon and trying to be as you know, confident with my stroke as much as possible. I pick up some of the moisture with tissues so that it is not too wet, and try to soften some of the edge a little bit. I wasn't too concerned. Throw in a bit more of the yellow. In this case, it's lemon yellow, and a bit of new gamboge. I was quite tempted to leave the statue white as is with just the lines to show, but I decided, well, I started with a scheme, I might as well finish the job. So I go in with a bit of lemon yellow. I decided to leave lots and lots of white if I can, and then I'm gonna put in a bit of a shadow with a bit of you know, dirty yellow, which usually means brown. In this case, it's actually a bit of the quinacridone gold with a bit of dioxin purple, and that will give me some kind of a shadow yellow, if you like, to contrast the lemon yellow which I've already laid down. So we're almost there. I mean, I wasn't going to be too realistic with that, you know, statue sketch. It's more like an impression. I'm gonna leave the small crowd pretty much paper white, and yeah, it's an impression. I think the color scheme sort of work in the ballpark. There's no need to be accurate even with colors, right? I mean, after all, it's a combination of purple and yellow, lots of yellow with brown. Brown is sort of dirty yellow, if you like, and then you have purple, which is a combination of red and blue. And so yeah, so that combination sort of work, and I think I'm not gonna fuss over it. It's always good to get sketches out of the way and enjoy being out there. There was a lot of distraction with people around me, and I just, you know, I didn't want to spend too much time, you know, hogging a table when other people are looking for breakfast table to have their breakfast. So there you go, sketch. I hope some of the tips help you, and stay safe wherever you are. This is Whee Teck out. And oh, remember to subscribe if this video helps you in any way. Bye.